I needed Matt's help, and then he pulled and my ponytail actually got caught into a situation. But they told me no filming.
Oh, there's no recorder.
Unfortunately, Matt got COVID.
The boy got the vid.
We're gonna introduce you now to our new crew member. Why wait any longer?
Long-haired, tan, petite, sexy thing.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU. It is time. We are finally going on traveling on top of traveling on top of traveling to get back to our families for the holidays. But we need to take care of our boat first, so we are going to get our boat secured and safe for when we're gone. There's nothing like maybe leaving your boat out on anchor somewhere that you don't really trust, or maybe paying a ton of money at a marina. We're doing neither of those options.
Nope, we're going to the mooring ball, and we got homies here that can feed Bear that are very friendly with her, so she can have a great time. So we got to get set up. But guys, listen, welcome back to GBU, and this week GBU stands for Good Butter Uniform, because I spilled butter on my shirt, and Kristen has been scalding my hide for it.
Yeah, because he can't wear any clothes.
This is why you can't wear clothes, because you ruin all your clothes. And I say, first of all, as a man, why am I even handling the butter? You're supposed to be in the kitchen.
You obviously ate some butter and it dripped down on your shirt.
Nah.
Anyways, don't listen to him, guys. Let's get into it.
Alright, so basically we've been out here in Dackety, which is a really, really comfortable anchorage because you're behind the reef. So the view is beautiful, the breeze is beautiful, the water's beautiful. I got a bunch of puppies that I feed here, my little puppies, but little fishes. But we're going, since we're leaving, we want to go a little bit safer into the harbor of Ensenada, Honda. Good friend of ours, Cool Labor Nestor, got a mooring ball in there that he has, and there's people around that can kind of watch it. You know, there's a community here, so everyone takes care of everybody, and so that's where we're going to be going in. So about 1.5 miles, we're going in to check his mooring, and hopefully it's not super sketchy, you know. So hopefully it's a worthy mooring there, Nestor.
Shake your finger at him. All right, guys, there was no painter and it was really short and I had a gaff instead of an extendo arm, so I had to pretty much crawl down there. I needed Matt's help and then he pulled and my ponytail actually got caught into a situation, but I was free and we're getting it all situated, so we did it. All right, guys, it's super early. Normally when I say it's super early, it's 9 a.m., but not this time. It's 6 something and we are heading off on a day full of travel to get back to Florida. We are first getting, hopefully our friend arrives and he's gonna drop our dinghy off and take care of that for us, and then we're gonna get on a big ferry boat to get from Culebra to the mainland, and that's our first adventure of the day. So stay with us, see what it's like to have to live on a boat and travel back and all the jumps and hoops you gotta go through. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, we get to ride on a cool boat today that doesn't have sails and it just goes in a straight line. So maybe if I like the ride, I might buy a ferry barge for our next project.
Alright guys, so we're being kidnapped by pirates. You could use this for the thumbnail. Say, is it pirates? We'll zoom in with the binoculars. No, this is mi hermano de Dominicano. We don't know why he is. He could be Puerto Rican, he could be Dominican, we don't know. Culebrense, which is a mixture of everything. But he's taking us to the airport, he's holding us down, he listens to the Rastafari. So we get into music, we're getting copy stricken right now, but it's not a problem because, you know.
Oh, there's no recorder.
Alright, I tried to film inside real quick, guys, but they told me no filming. It's really nice inside this ferry though. I was really surprised at what it was inside. It was air conditioning and there was like dining tables and stuff, right?
I don't even know what it was in there. It was pretty gangster, but he said no filming and he was pretty swole, so I said, all right, let's just clear it and go outside and film.
I got one clip, guys, so if it made in this video, you'll see. Maybe you can see real quick, I'll freeze frame it, but we are ready to get on this big boat and head to the mainland.
I hope we don't get seasick.
We have a lot of caffeine in our bodies because Matt got us some really delicious coffees before we got on the boat, and then they said no coffee, so we chugged them.
Yep, mine was an Irish coffee, so I'm a little turned.
Was it really?
No, I wish.
Alright, we had a successful trip on the ferry and now it's off to the taxi. So far we went boat, dinghy, ferry, now taxi.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, we made it to the airport. It was really great. It was $5 to ride the ferry, and so far $70 for the taxi. So we're $75 into this trip so far. All right, so we made it on the plane. We're already freezing. We're going to the frozen hellscape tundra of Florida. We're Puerto Ricans now, and we can't stand the cold.
The toilet was broke in the back. It was wild. Luckily it didn't smell bad on the plane. I don't know why, this is probably TMI. But now we're on the, what do you call this thing? The railroad?
Yeah, we're on the tram. Yeah, the toilet was backed up on the flight, so it got delayed, and Kristen was like, what? Technicians have to work on the plane? I was like, they're just working on the crapper. Our flight came from New York, so they were eating too much of that, you know, good cheesecake and
Matt, stop.
fresh
Anyways,
deep dish
we're
pizzas.
on the railroad and we railroad the rental car, but we were so tired and hungry that we just went and I forgot to film anything. So now the next day I'm with my sister, and since I never get anything done with my hair and Matt's the one who trims it, and I've just really been hating it, you guys seen in the video, goes in a bun, I'm getting a hair transformation and I'm really excited. So let's look at the before. Sorry, it's really loud out here. Let's look at the before, and then I'm gonna get the after going. All right, here we go. We are in the middle of the look. What do you think? We're getting there. Wish me luck. So it's a few days later and I never got to show my after of my hair. It didn't come out exactly how I wanted it, but it looks okay. The haircut was an improvement. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And now it's a little more beachier, a little blonder, you know.
Came out great, I think. I think it looks lovely, but it didn't come out the way she wanted, because that's in just life with Kristen. Nothing don't never come out the way she wanted.
Don't listen to him. So we're driving right now. We hung out with my family and we had a really good time, and now we're heading off to see Matt's family, and we're going to Tampa, and we are driving through Holopal and Kissimmee.
Holopal.
And if you've never been here, well, how would you explain this area, Matt?
It's like, imagine if, let's see, imagine, there's just no way to describe Holopal. You gotta go.
Anyways, we went into this little small shop, and I'm eating some boiled peanuts out of a weird, dirty looking crock pot.
Kristen been wanting boiled peanuts for a while, and she said, we gotta pull over on Holopal and get some hot beans. And I said, hot beans? And she said, you know.
I forgot what they were called.
Boiled peanuts?
So, you know, a lot of people think I'm high maintenance, but I will eat boiled peanuts out of a dirty crock pot in a weird gas station. So, judge me how you will. But Matt's eating lizard, not lizard.
Chicken lizards. Chicken livers.
Chicken
and they have
gizzards.
No, they had gizzards. I don't like gizzards.
Oh.
They got the chicken livers. So she's been saying, we're going to get some chicken lizards. And I said, I don't think they got
So
that.
we might die after today if we are sick in the next part of the video. We all know what happened, but here we go. We're going to continue this journey of family time.
Family time. Here we come.
All right, how are they?
Fire. That's one thing I miss about being from Florida, is the fried chicken livers from the gas stations. Boy, oh boy, you just can't beat that comfort food. I used to get them driving cross country when my mom, well, not cross country, cross southeast. My mom would always pick up and move around a lot. She was like a gypsy. So we'd always get these, you know, in the car on the way to wherever the next life we were going to start. And they bring back good memories.
Alright guys, we made it back to the boat. It was a wild journey on our vacation. We were super busy trying to see my family for Christmas, his family for New Year's. We were all over the place. We even got to help Matt's dad build his trailer. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, my dad is the original e-freak. He's traveling all around town on his e-bike, which concerns me. You know, I'm a loving son, so it just drives me up a wall thinking about him being out there in the wilderness. He refers to himself as a feral human.
No, you're a road warrior.
But we engineered a trailer that slides in and out, that he can, it's like a miniature camper. It can keep his musical gear dry. He does a lot of busking. He plays his guitar with a hat out in front of him and gets that bread. And so it keeps his musical gear dry, keeps his clothes dry, keeps his guitar inside, and then he can actually convert it out, keep all that stuff inside, and then camp inside of it if it's raining or something like that. He doesn't want to set up a campsite. So he travels full time on that. We built him a trailer. He's driving me up a wall with that, but, you know, one day we'll retire and maybe I'll move him on the boat and he can, you know, live with us.
Anyway, so we made it back to the boat. It was a crazy travel, and then unfortunately Matt got COVID.
The boy got the vid.
As soon as we got back. So we've been quarantining in our own corners of the boat, and luckily I have not gotten it, and he's on his up and up, right? You're feeling better now?
Yeah, you didn't get it because you too strong.
What can I say?
She's too strong.
Healthy and clean.
She's washing her hands. She would pass by me. She's such a sweet lady. She made me Jell-O 2 times. So I was just sitting there going, eating my Jell-O like the big tough man that I am. And yeah, it sucked. But we got over it. And, you know, It was maybe I got COVID from fooling around too much, getting into trouble with that new crew member.
So we have a new crew member. They have arrived onto the boat, and it is finally time for us to
Troublemaker.
Get this boat back moving. We're going to one more anchorage before we leave Puerto Rico for the rest of
our lives.
Not our lives. Eventually we'd come back, but we're going south after this. So it's bye-bye Puerto Rico. Bittersweet. I'm kind of sad, but we're going to one more anchorage, and we're going to introduce you now to our new crew member. Why wait any longer?
Yeah, I mean, let's get the new crew out here. Long-haired, tan, petite, sexy thing. Ta-da! Here's my new crew. I know it's not the new crew that you're used to getting on new channels or other channels. You know, there's some other channels that do it a little bit more festive with the new crew. But this is the best we can offer here on GBU. This is the man, the myth, the legend. The old one that spurred me from his little stubby shillelagh back in 1985. What? He threw down, he slopped the hog with my mama, and I popped out 9 months later. That's enough? Okay. So, any hoodles, this is my dad, the father. You know, he's coming out here because we bought our first boat. We sailed it a lot, the first boat I ever got when I was a real sailing newbie. And me and him did the maiden voyage with it, but he never got to sail like in deep blue water before. So we're going to check that off the list here and get him some real sailing in. So that being said, what are you most afraid of now that you're out here in the big water? What's your biggest fear?
Why you?
Just being afraid of me?
Yeah.
Because I beat you?
All the time.
Well, you're smarter than you look, Hoss. Well, I think your biggest fear should be getting beat up by Kristen, because you've been making a lot of noise in the mornings, and Kristen is not an early riser at 5:45 a.m.
This boat's not big enough for 3 people.
Dad's been chattering. He gets up first thing in the morning, and he dropped the milk the other night at like 4 in the morning and woke everyone up. How'd you feel about that? Why'd you drop the milk, bro?
That's pretty about spilling the milk. I was not really thinking about waking everybody up, but I guess I did.
Typical thinking only for yourself.
Well, he'll loosen up as we go, but we got to get this boat working.
What are you most excited about now that you're going to be out and about here sailing? What are you looking forward to the most?
You know, seeing the new places, seeing everything, you know, that I've never seen before. So that's it.
And maybe catching a big fish?
Oh yeah, I'm going to catch the big fish.
Because I always whoop this guy at fishing like my whole life, so he thinks that he can step to the master now.
Once in his life.
Well, when did I catch more fish than you?
We were fishing in Zephyr Hills in the river, and he caught 4 bass, and I swear I couldn't catch one that day.
You couldn't catch a cold butt naked in January that day, and I was just slapping him.
That was terrible that day, but that's one day in hundreds.
Well, I'm looking forward to you getting some sailing in, getting some fishing in, and just experiencing the Rasta culture of the St. Thomas. All right, well, I'm looking forward to you experiencing a good trip, but here's the one rule on GBU. Nobody rides for free, and since it's gas or grass, I don't want none of them 3 from you, so you're going to have to help me clean the bottom.
We got to do what we got to do.
You're going to scrape that bottom, Hoss. You're going to get the coral worms all over you.
Ain't the first time.
The funny thing about Tony is he brought his combat boots and no swimsuit for his island adventures, didn't he, Matt?
Yeah, he brought his combat boots and his denim jeans.
I'm a road warrior. This is the first time I've been on the sea in years.
All right, Pops, so the power button is under the side, on the microphone side. It's under the bottom. Under the bottom. All right, so me and Pops are putting on our headsets. We're getting our inner Britney Spears on. The cleaning of the bottom went really well. Dad hulked it out. I thought he was too old and he would just scrape a little bit and go, oh no, I don't know, who am I? But he actually killed it and he scraped a bunch for me. We got a lot scraped and now we cleaned bottom and we're ready to go. We got our sail plan ready and I got my first mate. So now you get to be the real filmographer that you always dreamed of, Christian.
My name's not Christian.
Now? Yep. Okay, that's good for now. Alright, Dad, so you nervous? Not at all. See, I am filled with anxiety right now. Are you? Look at how much we're healing, bro. I'm about to reef that head sail. I'm fighting my internal battle to reef or not to reef.
Can't you just pull it in a little bit?
I'd have to pull into the wind a little bit. I know we're not overpowered right now. This is actually perfect. My concern is when we get a little further out from this land, it might increase 20%. And then I think we'd be a little overpowered. You don't care?
I have no experience.
See, that's the thing. That's why I brought Dad, because we haven't broken anything on the boat yet. And if it can be broken, this guy here, we can break a boat together. All right, we're going into the first tack, and when me and Dad were first sailing on the old Columbia 28 back in the Indian River, we were never really the tack masters. We would always try to tack, and then luff, and then have to go back, and then eventually we'd have to jibe. We didn't even know that a jibe was a jibe back then, though. We called them sissy tacks. But we didn't say sissy, we said a different word, but I'm not gonna say it here, but yeah, so we're gonna try not the sissy tack today, and we're gonna try the regular tack, so let's see how we do. Pull it. Wait, no, wait till I tack, and then you'll pull it across. But you want to keep it tension because it'll get caught if you don't, because it's got that cutter line through the middle. Okay, hard. No, it's gonna be easy. It's gonna go right across. All right, start taking. You take what you can take when you can take. And then you can self-tack it whenever you get a chance. Gotta get it in that wheel. Get a little closer. Get a little closer to 90. I might have to adjust the main sheet, and I might have to adjust that sheet as well. But yeah, so if you can keep it between those reefs, we can sail all the way. Wind's blowing a little above 20 today, 20 to 25, gusting up to 25, so I was a little nervous for Dad's first sail, but he's doing all right. He's white knuckling the out of it. We're running around at what, 4 knots right now? 5 knots?
4 knots.
Dead 4, which is good. I'm going with a very conservative sail plan today. This bear hasn't sailed in a while. She's been in the bay, so we want to take it easy on her. Dad's doing good. Feeling good about it, Pops?
You're all right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm feeling all right. We ain't hit nothing yet.
Well, no pressure, but this is my entire life that you're steering right now, so.
Hey, you put it in my hands. It's your fault.
Kristen will leave me. You ain't gotta turn it like crazy. Just slow and steady.
Let's go.
Nope. Keep going.
Okay.
See that red buoy in front of you? That's that red buoy on there.
All right, we're getting to the anchorage. It was a pretty wild sail. It was pretty fast. The wind was strong, and we were kind of trying different things out, right?
Yeah, Dad sails like a maniac. He's like Kristen. He just sees the number go up on the knots.
That is not
And everything
true.
be damned.
I am a great sailor.
It was okay though, because Bear came out and duked on the floor, so I have a towel here. And when Dad's sailing, it's easy to clean the towel because the water is right next to the seat that you're sitting in, so you can just stick it in there easily. So it actually worked out pretty well. Dad had a good sail.
TMI, Matt.
Did great at the helm.
So now we're gonna take down our mainsail, and it's time to anchor up at one of our favorite anchorages that we can't wait to show Pops. Right?
Hopefully it's not too early here. We might have to go look inside. We might be able to go inside to the even better part.
Maybe.
There's some roll here for sure. I think I got a full diesel tank. It's definitely swell there. Look at the beach. I think maybe we should go in and look at the inside bay, and then if that's all messed up over there too, then we can just go back to the mooring field. What do you think? I think it's rolling here though.
Okay.
Like you can leave it kind of hung on that Samson's post, like touching it, and then it'll go like, but that's fine, and then it'll help you feed it out. So what you'll do is you'll stand up, so where you're holding the chain, like stand up where you're at.
Alright guys, it's sundowner time. It wasn't the most comfortable sail, but it wasn't bad. Bear had the worst time, the poor baby. She hasn't been sailing in a couple weeks, so that's what happens. But I got 3 rum and cokes here, and we're about to hear what Pops thought of his first sail.
Alright, so cheers to a successful sail. Here's to you, Pops. Deepest water you've ever sailed in, and the fastest you sailed on this boat.
Any boat.
So, what'd you think?
Well,
Tell all the folks at home that wonder what sailing's like. What would you tell them?
it's been about 7, maybe 8 years since I did any sailing, and of course I've never done blue water sailing, never been in the deep water, never really sailed more than 4 knots. Today I hit 6 knots. I was pretty proud of that, but I let the sails lift a few too many times, We bounced a little bit when I was driving, but overall, I'm pretty happy.
Well, I think you did a great job, but it was funny because our old boat was a tiller. If you're a sailor, you know that you always steer opposite with a tiller, the way you want to go and things like that. Whenever the sails would start luffing, he would steer away from the sails instead of toward them, so he would just luff even worse. So it was pretty funny to watch that. He still had the tiller brain even when driving with the wheel. But all in all, great sail. Puerto Rico provides once again.
Yeah, and now we made it inside of Culebrita, so this is the cool spot.
Yep. It's going to get a little rolly, I think, but I might put another anchor out and settle that in. We're in here with 2 catamarans. One's putting his mast or his sail up and down. He might leave, but it's nice in here. We got to come inside to the world famous Culebrita. Pop's going to go chase some goats. That's actually why I brought you to Culebrita, because this is where everybody drops off their old goats.
Hey, there's got to be one pretty one up there.
Oh, snap.